Hi everyone. So apologies, it's taken me a while to get this follow-up video going. I'm actually driving at the moment. I spend so much of my time in this bloody car, I figure I may as well do the vlog from here. So hopefully I don't have any notes or anything to refer to them, so I'm just hoping that I don't forget to mention anything. I'm now currently, as of today, 6 weeks post-op. I'm feeling loads better than what I was, with all the previous issues. But in saying that, I still have moments where I'm just like, far out, man, they're way too big. But I think that's just when I don't have any clothes on. I think, from the response I'm getting from people as well, everything sort of sits and fits well, and it doesn't look like it's over the top while I'm wearing clothes. That's one good thing, I suppose. I can sort of, it's not as if I have to have revealing clothes on all the time, so it's obvious. Another thing I thought of, which I didn't mention in my first video, for anyone who's considering having a breast augmentation, I think one thing that a lot of people may not realize is that it might not be so much an issue if you're quite flat-chested prior to having implants, but if you're like myself, and you've breastfed, or if you've lost weight, or if you have tuberosity, if there are any sort of underlying pre-existing issues, if you will, having an implant, it can help with things like tuberosity and things like that. It can help, but essentially what you don't realize is, most surgeons will say, bring in a photograph and show what you like as far as size goes. But what it means essentially is that an implant is just going to increase the size of your current breasts. So any slight asymmetry, or obviously not everyone is completely symmetry. I know with me, one nipple sort of points a little bit further out than the other one. So those sorts of things are going to be heightened when you have an implant put in there, because it's actually not as obvious when you have smaller or deflated breasts. But as far as my progress goes, they're settling at different rates. At least I'm hoping that's what it is. One, I think my left side is well in the process of dropping and fluffing, whereas the right, I feel like, because it's my dominant side, and obviously I'm not doing any upper body exercise, but I'm still predominantly using my right hand, so I think that's probably less likely to drop and fluff as quickly as the other side. I try not to spend too much time in front of the mirror looking at it, because it's so easy to dissect and pick at things that you aren't happy with. At least I know for me I do. I think it's something that women generally do a lot. I've noticed, that the left is sort of, it looks a little bit bigger than the right one. And I just noticed from the inframammary fold at the bottom of the boob, so the left one is sitting just slightly lower. It's only ever so slight than the right, and I've got more of that proper teardrop oval shape in the left one, whereas the right one is still more on the roundish side. So as I said, I'm hoping that that's something that will adjust itself in time. I am learning to love them more every day, but as I said, I had my heart set on just a mini boob job, so I feel like I'm always going to think that they're larger than what I would like. In saying that, I really do have to be patient and give it the good 6 to 12 months before I make any more judgment, and just hope for the best, essentially. Worst case scenario, it just means that I can consider going in for a lift sooner than expected, or I could even go in to have the implant removed and have the lift, or the implant removed and have a smaller implant with a lift. You know, there are a few options. So I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet, and I'm just going to ride the wave for the moment and enjoy it. You know, as I said, you know, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not old, but I'm not in my 20s anymore, so this is a time that I can get away with it. And I don't necessarily want to be a 50-year-old woman with these massive boobs, but that's still, you know, 16 years away, so it's there's time to enjoy having a fuller figure, and you know, it's inspiration for me to keep fit as well, and it's nice to fill out clothes and, you know, all the things that are amazing about having boobs. So I'm actually on my way to have a procedure done this morning for these veins under my eyes, which they've been there forever, and I've absolutely hated them forever. I've seen my GP, I've seen numerous GPs, I've spoken to people in the beauty industry, and everyone's just sort of said, you've got to deal with it. They're not going anywhere and there's no way to treat them. But I had done research and found that there were treatments in America being done. So I'm not sure why they weren't doing them in Australia, but I will be also considering doing a vlog on this, because yeah, these prominent veins that sit along the top of my cheekbone or around the eye socket, they're like really out there, and I'm not one to wear a lot of makeup, and I you know, even when you wear makeup, it's really hard to cover them. So I'm just super excited because I've found somewhere here in Sydney who will zap them and get rid of them. So I'm so really so excited. So I'm going to go so I can park my car and go and get a coffee before my appointment in 20 minutes. But watch this space. Thanks for all the views. I hope that my need to want to express, you know, my experience with everyone has gone to some good use. I have noticed that, you know, a few people have liked my video, which is good, and I'm just hoping that it's helpful, because, you know, I was just feeling so alienated for such a short period there, and it was kind of scary. So I'm hoping that by speaking out and, you know, expressing my experience has helped people. And if other people have experienced it too, then maybe it's a bit of reassurance that they weren't alone. If I'm getting good feedback from the blogs, then I'll definitely consider doing more. I'll do another update maybe at my 3-month post-surgery when I have my follow-up with the surgeon. And then, you know, we can just see how we go and look at possibly doing some more. But anyway, have a great day and take care, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll be in touch. Peace out.